This is what I got charged for criminal harassment. Okay, everybody, I got charged for criminal harassment. Do you see this right here? I'm going to show you. It's really embarrassing. Look at that. See that duct tape and that board, that blue? Guess what's behind that? Guess what's behind that? And I got, I recorded her son. She asked her son to basically shovel snow onto these two windows here, which is to my apartment. And I've left it because I've had so much other evidence. But look at this, okay? So this is someone who has charged me with criminal harassment. Are you ready? This is the big reveal now. Okay, you ready? Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, look at this. What does that say? What does that say? Does that say help? It does. It says help. Does screaming for help sound like criminal harassment to you? I don't think so. I recorded that whole day as they're like calling me a pedophile to other people, like vigilantes trying to kill me. And then covering up this sign here that says help. Help. It says help. Oh, I don't think so, sweetheart. Oh, shut up, killer. Go kill someone else, would ya? Go kill someone else.
Don't touch my fucking window.
This is your mom. This is your mom.
That is my property.
Don't talk to me.
That's my property. Leave
I'm
my
recording this,
property alone,
and this is harassment,
What
and
you
I've
are
just
doing
recorded
is
it.
harassment.
Asking for help is not harassment, actually. Sorry, asking for help is not harassment. This is recorded, Carrie Oliver, and I didn't ask to speak to you. See that? Look at that. Isn't that ass? Isn't that disgusting pig? Oh my God, can you imagine trying to silence someone asking for help? Holy. It's scary here, everybody. She is absolutely a demon. She thinks that she can do that. We've got court tomorrow. So I'm documenting this for court, and she wants to tell me to stop touching her window as I'm recording evidence for court that basically shows she's a complete fucking Looney Tunes. And then she gets out the window as I'm documenting evidence for court, okay, for tomorrow. And she's got children here, okay? This is a woman who is actively killing me. She's got somebody on my computer right now because I've done triangulation on the data. And it's really easy. It's not like a mathematical equation or anything. I just walked that way, and then I walked that way, and I walked that way, and I find the center of the Wi-Fi unit. The killer is from within the house. So she's had these people hacking my phone and my internet from inside this house right here where I live. And she wants me to allow her to cover up the sign that says help. And she thinks that it's appropriate to scream at me from outside as I'm documenting court evidence. She thinks that it's appropriate with her children here to scream at me like that and gag me in front of her children. I don't think I've ever met anything so disgusting in my life. I really have never. I can't even call her a human being anymore at this point. At this point, she is absolutely a fucking demon. I mean, I thought I used to know what a demon was. I did. I thought I did. That is the demon of all demons, okay, people? This is like the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. And I want to let you know this, okay? There were cannibals that got up and stopped attacking me 3 times. They left attacking me 3 times after about an hour. They realized that I wasn't going to be an easy target. And they were there to clean up her mess. Okay? Her mess. They were going to clean up her mess. They told me about this in the coffee shop in daytime. And these cannibals that were there bragging about eating the last French boy and how good he tasted, complaining about their toothless grin. I was nice to them. I was offering them therapy because I was like, I'm so sorry that you lost all your teeth. My mom lost all her teeth too. But then they went right into talking about the last French boy that they ate. And that's why they're sad that they don't have teeth, because they can't eat humans anymore. And they left. They left before this bitch does. She has been more unstoppable than 3 cannibalistic grandmothers that showed up at the coffee shop bragging about eating people in front of me in daylight. Okay? 3 occurrences. 1 vocally told me that they were there to clean up her mess. And they walked out before she stopped. So she has less control than 3 cannibalistic monsters that antagonized me in a coffee shop as I'm trying to save my life. And I'm going and documenting court documents here. This is court records. This evidence that I have here on the window is court property, actually. It's not even my property anymore. It's been submitted to court. So she wants to scream at me out her window and terrorize me. I didn't ask for her attention. I'm documenting court documents. I have nothing to do with her. I'm doing a video to save my life. That's all. Because I have somebody on my phone and my computer right now. Both of them are hacked. And she wants to scream at me from her window in front of her children and tell them that it's okay to gag people screaming for help. What's it say on the window? Help. That's it. And she wants to scream at me because I'm taking the sign off that she put over the help sign because she doesn't want people to know that she's causing someone to scream for help after she's killed 3 men in 6 years before me. A minimum. Okay, that's a minimum of 3 men. Meaning there's most likely more. Meaning she's actively harming the person she's with by fucking his medicine up and literally giving him lethal fucking conditions with the drugs that she takes away from him without withdrawal being weaned off them properly, which could cause lethal conditions. And I found a whole set of Oneida silverware stamped that I don't think I've met a single Oneida that would leave their family heir silverware behind. So I would suspect that they're dead because of her, because I don't think they would leave that behind any other way. The person that lived here before fled the town, fled this apartment that I'm in right now before me, leaving everything behind. She was terrified when she came and met me to get some of her things, and she left almost all of it with me because she was so sad. She didn't want to tell me what was on her mind, but I didn't even know at the time. I was just like, oh, thank you so much for this. And she loved these things, but she wanted me to feel safe, and she couldn't tell me because she was too scared of this woman. And then she's killing her partner in front of him. She's getting her son to throw snow on the help sign because she doesn't want to do that herself. She wants to get her son, that she claims to love, to shovel snow on a help sign. And I'm sorry, Children's Aid's not going to do anything about that? Okay. Well, hey, listen, everybody, this is not imagination. I'm quite vigilant. Okay, I'm documenting my court documents. It's very normal behavior. I'm telling my story that's absolutely backed by evidence, that I have absolutely nothing here that I've said without proof, with their own actions recorded. And the whole city is compromised. I've cleaned up the city. I've gotten a lot more done than anyone else in the city. And it might be safe here one day. I think when she goes to jail, everyone will have a party. I think everyone will celebrate the day that she goes to jail, and the next celebration of her life will probably be the worms when she hits the ground. Because the only people that are really going to celebrate her existence are the fucking worms in the ground. Okay? That's the reality that we have here. That's the kind of despicable thing that you will end up if you follow her footsteps. If you want to go and kill innocent people, may only the worms celebrate you in your life, because honestly, I can't imagine anything else wanting to celebrate something so remotely despicable. I've never even thought a demon would be Like, honestly, I have never in my life seen anything so despicable in my life. I mean it. Like, I've seen the worst of humanity. The worst of humanity has been able to stop themselves before this woman. They all, every single person I've met that I've like, oh my God, you are despicable. She beats them. Okay, listen. She has no self-control. She has been trying to kill me every single day, or conspiring, or trying to gather more people to help her to kill me. She can't even do it herself. Okay, she can't. She's a fucking coward. She can't even throw the snow on my window. She gets her son, who's 15 years old, to do that. Okay, I'm not kidding. You want to talk about despicable? That is, I thought my mom was bad, right? I thought I grew up with a pretty rough mom. I thought she made some mistakes. Oh, no, no, no. My mom was a saint. Every day that I've had to witness what she's doing to her children, screaming at them every morning, screaming at them to be her slave. She doesn't pick up a fucking thing in this house. She had these kids to make them her slaves. She doesn't do anything but terrorize them. She makes them do things. She does not love them at all. She doesn't know what love is if it smacked her in the face. My mom loved me. And Mom, I might die. Who knows? I can't imagine letting this scum kill me. But if I do, I love you so much. I really do. I am so sorry that I was an asshole and hard on you in any way whatsoever. You were honestly, in comparison to this demon, by far the best mom I could have ever asked for. I really mean that. I'm so sorry for ever doubting or making you feel like you made mistakes. You never did this. You never intentionally woke up every single day with the idea to use me as a slave. You never once woke up with that idea once, let alone every day. And you never employed me to kill people. And you never killed my dad. You never killed my sister's dad. You never killed my younger brother's dad and fucking fed my baby brother to a cult of cannibals. You never did any of that. You never killed multiple people. You weren't a serial killer. You weren't like Buffalo Bill. And you know what? Waking up here, I think everybody deserves to tell their mom thank you, because you know what, guys? These days here that I've had, every single mother in the world deserves to hear I love you and that you were an amazing mother in comparison to this fucking shit that I've had to look at and hear and fucking witness and record and document, because I'm not throwing out baseless claims here. I've documented this. I've sent it to Children's Aid. I've sent it to everyone. Yeah, and you know what they do? They charged me with criminal harassment for asking for help. I wasn't doing anything else. I recorded it. It's publicly posted. And you think about what they tried to take me away from? My mom. They tried to take me away from my mom for like a while, until I was no longer like, worth giving away. You know what they did that for? Because my mom was on the wrong medication after her sister died, and they gave her too much medication, and she had a blackout moment. And then the cops terrorized her, and I watched the whole thing on her birthday. It was her birthday. It was her first birthday after her sister died, and she was really depressed, and then the cops pushed her around. And then they used that against her to take me away. After that, they tried to take me away from her. After she lost her sister, they tried to take me away. And they spent 3 years actively trying to convince me to lie about what my mom was doing. So yeah, that's what we have here, guys. We can do that to children. If you're Native and you bump your head, you might get your kid taken away. If your sister dies and you're on the wrong medication and you have a blackout moment, and you might get your kids taken away, even though it's the doctor's fault. But if you are white and you get your kids to be employed, literally employed, like literally, I asked him if that was what his spirit was telling him to do. I asked him, is that what your spirit is telling you to do? And he laughed. And I said, don't worry, Emerald. I'm really sorry that this is happening to you. but I'll put Christmas lights on it, okay, when we're done, and it's not gonna go away. You can't stop me from screaming for help, and now we're gonna make it really pretty, okay? So now we're gonna get some Christmas lights, and we're gonna put Christmas lights on the help sign so we make sure that everyone can see it all day, every night, every day of the every hour. And it'll only get louder and louder and louder and louder. And that's the reality that we have to do here. Because if you don't scream for help, you just might get eaten alive by a bunch of cannibals without teeth. And that's what I'm facing right now, guys. And you know, honestly, now I look back and I think about all the times that people scream for help. You guys don't want change. Humans don't want change. Your purpose is to lure saviors into a pit to be killed. You watch and do nothing. You watch me scream and do nothing. The only implication for that is that you enjoy watching people that are stronger than you die. You're inadequate. You're insecure. You enjoy watching people who are strong-willed get terrorized by demons in front of you. You cry for help because you think you have a purpose. You think that your purpose is crying for change, and then when the hand reaches out for you, you set it on fire. No. You have no purpose. With my life at its moment now, humanity has no purpose but to cause harm. You don't want change. I offered it. I offered it on a silver platter. You want to see people who are capable of doing what you'll never do suffer. You want people who will never amount to anything that you will ever do in 10 lives. I will have done more than you can in 10 lives, and that's why you want to see me die, because I make you feel like you're nothing. But that's not my fault. You're asking for help, so I get help, and then that makes you feel inadequate. It's nothing else. I don't run around and paint the town with my pride and my skills. I reach out for you, and I give you my hand, and I try and pull you out of the mire. And what do I get? Surrounded by wolves, and everybody's back turned, and tell me to go to sleep and sleep it off as I'm being hunted. I'm told to calm down as I'm being hunted in the open, as people employ their own children to help them. And you want to tell me that you have a purpose? Hey, you have a purpose? Okay. I have a purpose too. That's to make sure that everybody in the world understands that they have no more purpose that they can actually stand on. Because what are you going to say? Is this something to stand on? Is this like a religion that you can really proudly keep yourself up on? That you can lean on in times of pain? No, you can't lean on this. You have no purpose. You have no foundation. You allow people like me to die around the world every day. I'm not the first to go. I'm not the last to go. After me, there will be others until there are no more left. And that is your purpose. Your purpose is to destroy this world. Your purpose is to destroy every hand that reaches out to save you. Your purpose is to allow children to be perverted and hurt and harmed and tortured and lied to and left with maniacs and lied about and leave them with serial killers. Let their serial killer who killed their fathers raise them. That's your purpose. You want a serial killer to raise these children. It's no different than the church, though, is it? When you send our natives out into a Christian family, because that's all you can get out here is the foster parents must be Catholic. Well, aren't they serial killers? Aren't they the biggest employer of convicted serial killers and pedophiles? Who employs more convicted pedophiles than the church? And yet, that's who you want our children to go to? That's who you want to raise our kids, is the biggest convicted group of pedophiles in the world. And you think it's that odd that I think that your purpose is to allow children to be raised by serial killers who have made 3 spouses die in 6 years. It's mathematically impossible, you know. Ask yourself, because they weren't normal deaths, okay? They weren't just like casual, like always, you know, had a natural cause. No, no, no. One ended up a vegetable, which all you need is a potassium shot for. You just give him a shot of potassium and he's a vegetable. Then he applied to be euthanized. No one's going to apply to be euthanized as they're giving birth to their son. Okay, no, and you don't apply to be euthanized when you're really loved by someone. No matter if you're a vegetable or not, you don't do that. He did that because the monster that he was betrayed by. Your other one that got hit by a moose, or was it, how did that happen again? Where did the baby go? Because there was a baby involved in that one. There was a moose that was hit, apparently, and ended up in front of someone's car, and she survived, and the baby and him didn't. But we don't know where the baby was actually given birth. We don't know. But she never talks about them again, and she mentioned it to me once about how he was the soulmate of her life and so important to her, but yet she's never talked about him again. She's never brought any of their names up again. And then she tries to kill me for a straight year. Interesting. And she terrorizes her children in front of me all day, every day. I don't think there's been a single day that I can count where she hasn't bit their heads off. They don't even know what a good mother would be. They're so sadly unaware of what a good mother is actually like. They have no idea what their fathers could have been like.